Greetings, my friends. This is Archangel. Let's go on a little journey together. Try to stay awake, class. So let's imagine you suddenly find yourself a contestant on the hottest new game show, the Gyno Games. And you have hit the super bonkers round of questioning, and tension is high as the audience makes exaggerated gasps when prompted to. The stage lights feel like they're 230 degrees Celsius, and the artificially tanned host with the perfectly coiffed hair issues you the final litany of questions that will win you the monster mega ginormous jackpot. And the subject is female nature. Question 1. Do females like males? Yes, comes your confident answer. Oh, the incorrect buzzer breaks the gasped silence. Next question. Are males abused and used by females? No. The incorrect buzzer again squawks. You frown nervously. Your hands begin sweating. Final question. Do females care about male welfare or suffering? Phew. You think to yourself, at least I'll get one right. Yes, you shout out. Oh, I'm sorry, you answered all questions incorrectly, but you will receive our Mangina Consolation Prize, a diaper bag emblazoned with your initials, a year's worth of estradiol pills, and a hoodie with our famous Target logo that says, "Stab me here," for those times you need to jump in and defend anonymous females from harm. This is Joe Bob Jangles for the Gyno Games. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next week. Bye! You see the cameras scanning the audience, and everyone's acting super happy and chatty as the closing credits roll. On the flight home, you're dumbfounded, like you are in an episode of The Twilight Zone. How could I have been so wrong? Everybody knows females are such kind, benevolent angels of altruistic purpose, sent to balance out the disgusting deviance and evil of those demon spawn called human males. I aced every one of those questions, because females love males so much and are concerned about male welfare so much more than we could ever know. That's why we guard them, because they are so caring and pure and delicate, no tender. How well do males really know they're super special, awesome, amazing, loving goddesses and angels incarnate? Sadly, most males really don't understand females. And thus, the harsh tutelage begins. Do you realize females as self-interested and hypergamous? Do you recognize their apathy? Females don't even like males as beings. Do you grasp the truth that males are only tools of service to them? And do you recognize that they will not love you, will not defend you, and they will not die for you as you would for them? If you understood this, if you really grasped female nature, then you would have won the super crazy loco grand prize on the Gyno Games. It's funny, in a pathetic irony, that males think they know females, but most have no clue. Males do not know females at all. Males are ignorant to female nature and ambition, which is why there is always an article in some men's magazine every month promising to try and decode the enigmatic female mind. Who are they? What do they want? Males do not know female motivations and instincts. Males only parrot the fairy tales society has wrapped the female sex in, which is that of benevolence and altruism. Yet the average Romeo does not really understand females. In fact, females are simple creatures. We build them up to be this cosmic mystery, but they are in fact simple. Males are the complicated sex. Well, guess what? I will do males a solid, right here, right now, and I will sum up the cosmic female enigma for you. I can dispel female wants, desires, needs, instinctual motivations, their very nature, in one simple sentence. Females want male utility, plain and simple. They want you to protect, provide, labor, and die for them. There it is, the cosmic mystery of the female sex. You're welcome. Females are at a unique period where technology renders males obsolete, where females enjoy more governmental-backed entitlements and privileges than males, and females still enjoy the reigning protection of chivalry. Females really do get to have their cake and eat it too, as the feminist stage of traditionalism renders females elevated in rights and privilege over males while enjoying male disposability because of the lingering paradigms of chivalry. Now, at this unique confluence where technology, traditionalism, and feminism converge at once, in this place and time where technology frees females from depending on any one singular individual male for protection or provision, now they have leisure time to run free and let their true natures hang out for all to see. Gentlemen, take a good hard look at the most militant, man-hating feminist out there, and you will see an accurate representation of innate female nature. If you fail to understand these things, you really have no clue the motivations and drives of the breasted counterparts to your species, and this ignorance will most likely cost you your life, as you expire while in the service of the vaginisty. Females do not love and desire male companionship. Females do not care about equity, fairness, nor justice for males. Females would not make the same mortal sacrifices for males. For offspring, perhaps, but not for males. This sucks, I know, but learn these things well. Let me guess, you think I am all wet behind the ears, that I am wrong. You think you know better, huh? That females are benevolent and caring of males. Or you might concede that, yeah, a lot of females are self-centered and entitled, but there are a few that are different, somewhere out there. Really, is that your plan? That there are a few different females out there? Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The Gyno Games contestant whammy buzzer sounds again. Well, let's look a little closer. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the intent is in the actions. Words mean nothing. Let's look at female actions. Let's look at behavior patterns to flesh out how different and not like that women really are in juxtaposition to how a bunch of ugly chump woman haters try to besmirch these divine goddesses as being. So, how many females object to males opening doors, or paying for dates, or doing the heavy lifting, or letting them cut ahead in long lines, or having attention and gifts lavished upon them, and enjoying the provisions of entitlement that will give her his future earnings long after she kicked him to the curb? So if females care so much about fairness and male welfare, then why, even as they have achieved equality, more equality than males enjoy, why at the same time do they complain that chivalry is dead, there are no more gentlemen? If females care so much about males, why are they not chomping at the bit to do all these things for males and protect and provide for males? Yeah. Why would you complain when you can have your cake and eat it too? No, females get equality and they get chivalry. They want to get into the military, take your job, and then she wants you to open doors, lift the heavy junk, and jump in front of knives for them. So let me ask you again, do you really know your beautiful soulmates? Really? When you have the urge to claim refuge in gynocentric propaganda, which is that females are the kinder, gentler, benevolent sex, whose nature is that of love and compassion for male welfare, then ask yourself why strict equality is not enough for females. That is all any altruistic sentient being could hope for, if they are altruistic. If they are self-involved and malevolent, then you get entitlement, which equals rights, plus 10, and demands of chivalry. They want the sun, the moon, and the stars, and you, a lower life form, better get it done yesterday. So once again, fellas, the proof is in the actions. Why do females take every possible concession and utility they can extract from the love-drunk male sex? Meaning gratuitous manual labor, defensive protection, affirmative action, rape shield laws, divorce entitlements, exemption from selective service, preference in emergencies, etc., blah freaking etc. Yet they still find the audacity to complain about not having enough pampering, aka chivalry. Doors open, checks picked up, groceries carried to the car, coats thrown over puddles, umbrellas held for ladies. You know the drill. Why, it's called entitlement. We are superior, more valuable than males, and we expect service accordingly. Well, gee, my brothers, if you know female nature to be benevolent, why this discrepancy? Females may pretend they are not like this, but they fall asleep quite easily, knowing they have more societal rights and privileges than men. Bottom line, females are assured seats on the life raft of the sinking ship. Guys are not. Yeah, try and argue that males are valued equitably. Moreover, females know that males will still protect them from harm. They know they have the best of both worlds available to them if they ever need to invoke such entitlements. Alright, wait. I'm psychic. I know what you're thinking right now. Oh, my girlfriend or my wife is different. Oh, yes, you bet. She is the fabled unicorn. But if she needs to, she can take half your crap, or she can feign fragility so anonymous males will do her heavy lifting and die protecting her, including protecting her from you, should she need to make some sort of false allegation against you. Oh, you bet she can be cool now because she has societal rights, privilege, entitlements, and presumption of motherhood to fall back on as a safety net to rescue her from any and every situation, while you will be left abandoned and defenseless against a gynocentric society. You see, it's not what privileges any one particular individual female utilizes, it's the fact that they have these privileges as a safety net whenever they need them, while males are abandoned of any such societal perks. And trust me, gentlemen, if given the right circumstances, your totally cool, fair, open-minded, loving rose petal will absolutely invoke any female privilege whenever she needs it. The altruism you think females have for males would up and vanish like a tear in the rain the moment you no longer suit her ambition or falter in your production of sustenance. Females have such privileges, males do not. Meanwhile, males are scum, and they don't get to expect special considerations from females or the state simply because of their sex. Males don't get safety nets to exploit for our advancement and enrichment at the expense of females. But hey, you think you know Juliet and Cinderella and Snow White. You know the nature of females. Okay. Well, if you know females and their nature is anything other than selfish, gold-digging, high-maintenance opportunists filling the malls, magazine covers, and divorce courts, then why do these altruistic, beautiful angels not rally with vehemence against the pleasantries, entitlements, and chivalry that males are compelled to perform for the vagina-equipped citizenry? Why are these divinely benevolent and altruistic females not holding rallies against circumcision? Why do these angels not grab bullhorns and stand in the center of town and publicly announce, "We as females are sick and tired of having our doors opened, our bills paid for, our heavy stuff lifted. We want to do all these things for males instead"? Or, "We, the female public, are so sick of getting half the ex-husband's stuff, his retirement, and we are sick of alimony. We renounce all these things across the board." Or, "We, the female populace, are tired of female-based affirmative action, where we supplant qualified applicants because we have vaginas." Or how about, "We, the female citizenry, are so tired of having first priority in any emergency situation or evacuation protocol." Do you see any females anywhere holding rallies like this at all? Or females taking pictures of themselves holding cardboard signs saying, "I need entitlement denouncement because X, Y, and Z"? Do you see feminists who tout that feminism is about equality for men and women, acting at all in accordance to this false flag definition and championing male causes because there is injustice against one of the sexes to which they claim caring? Do you see traditionalist women complain about the free ride they procure because they procreate? By all means, take a deeper look at female actions. Oh, but you know female nature to be altruistic and that there are a few good ones out there, right? Then surely you can point to a rally where those different, compassionate females denounce male devaluation or disposability. Surely you can point to misandristic laws which have been repealed because females have banded together to support their men and rebuke all the pleasantries and entitlements unfairly bestowed upon females. If you know female nature to be benevolent and altruistic, not selfish, entitled, or superior, then list all the hordes of females who have died saving some anonymous male. Surely you can immediately call to mind a protest or demonstration where females fight for male rights. Why, I bet you can name dozens of all-female organizations that lobby the government to repeal female privilege and correct injustice against males. I'll bet you can name 30 right off the top of your head, right? Because there are so many, since female nature is ubiquitously good and benevolent. Yeah, just give me one example where females get together to repeal their own entitlements and bolster the welfare of the male collective. I'm waiting. You're drawing a blank, I bet. Oh, but your woman is different. Then she's probably on the phone right now to a congressman on behalf of unfair legislation against males. Or she is probably blogging right now about the tragedies of male devaluation and disposability. Of course, while yesterday she probably stood on the corner of Broadway and Main holding a sign which says, "It's not right that I would be saved before my boyfriend or husband." And surely the day before that, she jumped in and defended males when her friends bashed males as raping, murdering, plundering dog turds. And because your woman is so different, I'll bet she opens your doors and fetches the car in the pouring rain while you wait inside and mocks her own sexual anatomy and gender in order to get a laugh and a pat on the head from you. Your female is different, right? So you know female nature to be generally caring of males. Then why do they not do chivalrous things for males? I mean, 1, they love us. It would be automatic for these divine goddesses to pamper and coddle their objects of affection, right? And 2, they are equal, remember? And independent. So where is the reciprocation? Surely, in the interest of fairness, these angels, which inhabit female bodies, would try to do all these things for males, even if physical strength impeded their efforts. They would still try, right? If you know females to be benevolent, as advertised, if females have no interest in exploiting or capitalizing on male utility and disposability, then why do they not pamper and coddle males, or pay for our expenses, or change our flat tires? The physical size rebuttal is a cop-out and a truculent diversion tactic to usher away attention from preoccupation with inequitable self-interest. Females don't even try to do these things for males. They expect males to do these things for females, and a gentleman would refuse a female trying to do these things for females. And a female's cop-out is a real man wouldn't allow females to do these things for him. And so they duck reciprocity with such statements. But hey, hold up now. What about these stories of females lifting a car in emergencies? Well, okay then. So how about you come over and move my furniture, Superwoman, while I prepare a list of chores for you? Sounds fair and equitable, right? Besides, you care about male welfare so much, you would mow my lawn and let me cut in line ahead of you and jump in front of a bullet for me, without question, huh? So pay attention, Casanova. If you know females and they are good, then why all these discrepancies? Why do females feel entitled to equality and chivalry? More importantly, why do females not reciprocate the same entitlements and pleasantries to males? Why is it not knee-jerk reaction for a female to pamper and coddle and protect and service males, if indeed they actually care about male welfare? If female nature is altruistic, then how did we get to the point of female elevation and male devaluation? Really, consider that question. How did we get to the point of female elevation and male devaluation? The female, driven by her benevolent nature, would have stopped inequity long ago, before female worth was elevated and male worth was marginalized. Right? Female's nature would have compelled them to eschew female entitlement long before it got to the point where they have more rights plus traditional coddling and pampering in the form of chivalry, right? If females were benevolent angels who truly cared about males as a living creature bestowed with inherent value because they exist, then these angels with their divine feminine nature would dictate that females enact these things for males. So, right after they get done at the protest against male disposability on Main Street, females would take us out on all expense-paid dates and trips and vacations. Females would open male doors and fetch the car at the mega mall while we wait at the entrance. Females would pay our household expenses while we hold down some insignificant job that provides us spending money. Females would put their coats over puddles for us and carry our umbrellas in the rain or push the cart full of groceries behind us. Females would dig our ditches and take out our trash and let random males cut in line at the grocery store or the DMV simply because they have testicles and a smile. Females would organize community action groups and lobbying organizations to correct legislative injustices against males, as well as rail against circumcision, fund male homeless shelters, and rail against rampant male mockery and devaluation in the media, entertainment, and public arenas. Right? Funny that females are such loving, caring beings, full of grace and good intention for males, yet they fail to reciprocate, let alone even attempt to initiate any of these pleasantries that they expect from males. And be not mistaken, deep down, every female absolutely expects these two protocols from males, equality and chivalry. If you think you know females to be good as a species, then why do they opt for prostitution over intellectual expansion for the betterment of humanity? What? Oh yes, females, if given the raw materials, namely physical beauty, will cease to develop their intellects upon discovery that she can coast in life by peddling her physical looks and sexuality in order to obtain sustenance and provision in life. Furthermore, even in the absence of physical beauty, females realize they can still be protected and coddled by feigning weakness and tender fragility in order to invoke male protection and utility. So, if they're hot, they peddle sexuality to plow a clear path in life. If they're not so attractive, they peddle fragility and motherhood in order to have a clear path plowed for them in life. Yet, if females are altruistic, then no matter how hot they are, why do they cease development of their intelligence, choosing to coast on through life using sex and beauty to tease and manipulate enamored males, or exist off the money of the boyfriend or the ex-husband or the state, rather than grow to the point where she can contribute to invention or philosophy or science? Why is it that every major breakthrough has come through males? And why is it predictable that interstellar space travel will be brought about by male minds? If females are so equal, why do they not embark on some back-breaking, soul-draining manual labor job to support her beautiful groom at home? Or why doesn't she defend anonymous males from harm or detriment? If females are caring as advertised and concerned about males' futures, then they know humanity needs more Einsteins, less Kim Kardashians. So why do the attractive choose narcissism and self-enriching exploits over selflessness? Why do attractive females obsess over what their looks can get them rather than what they can do for the wonderful males they are so brimming with love for? All females feel entitled to the utility and ultimately the death of males. As mentioned earlier, less physically attractive females must rely on other weapons and strategies to extract utility and protection from males, since they cannot easily manipulate through immediate lust. Usually, the less attractive or less ripened females will revert to motherhood or playing delicate little flowers to invoke male protective instincts, so that they too will be treated and pampered and coddled with entitlements the same as hot chicks. No sisters left behind. All females have recourse of strategy to extract from males, whether it be sex, motherhood, or fragility. It is simply easier, preferable, and more lucrative to look like Kate Beckinsale in Underworld than Anne Ramsey in Throw Mama from the Train. Yet why, if you know female nature and it is good, why do females not try to do everything in their power to expand their minds and contribute to society with breakthroughs, discoveries, or innovations for the enrichment of males, whom they care about solely and unceasingly? If female nature is that of benevolence and altruism, then surely, no matter who they are, they would refuse special treatment because of their physical allure or sex, and instead, females would choose to serve the beautiful, wondrous males that slave for her in order that she has cosmetics and electricity and a smartphone she can take selfies with, so that clamoring, whipped males can post placating comments telling her how hot she is on some social media site of the month. If Mother Teresa suddenly looked like a supermodel, I posit that eventually she would take on a persona resembling Paris Hilton. I am not discounting her contributions to society. In fact, I hold Mother Teresa up against females and say, if you males know females, and you know them to be good and righteous angels, come to grace the inherently evil males of planet Earth, if you know females to be so benevolent, then why do we have a gender of humans emulating Taylor Swift rather than volunteering at the local hospice or animal shelter? Why do little girls not dream of joining the Peace Corps rather than modeling school? Or is it possible in some, hypothetical situation in some random universe that females are self-interested and use everything they can to get what they deem necessary to personal survival? Females come to realize that their physical appearance wields sway with the larger, brilliant half of the human species. So naturally, they peddle the appearance given them to get protection and provision in such a hostile world. And then, pow, hypergamy kicks in, and they use their looks to extract more and more from males, and ego replaces survival, and they base their identity on the utilities they can extract from males. Which is why older ladies that used to be hot when they were younger are so bitter against firm young females and the males that chase them, because they used to be the ones flicking a hip and having guys line up around the corner to worship them, and now they have to visit the salon twice a week to try and maintain. And it is uncomfortable to try and form a new identity. Having everything thrown at you because you're cute and aesthetically pleasing to the eye is definitely a seductive drug. Yet if females have nothing but benevolence and righteous intent, then they would not wield their looks for provision, and they would turn down perks when males offered entitlements to females who are easy on the eyes. Think about it. If females were the angels we paint them as, they would downplay their looks and focus instead on helping others, or healing rifts between peoples, or paying males back for all the labor and sacrifice they enact daily on behalf of female welfare, right? If you know female nature, and it is benevolent, then why cosmetics? Why breast augmentation? Do they not have concern for others before themselves, and that's why we worship them in song and art as angels? If this is true, then what does the state of one's mammary volume matter? This would demonstrate that she spends her time thinking about herself, when it could be better spent feeding the hungry, or building shelters for the poor, or singing orphans to sleep at night, because females are angels by nature, right? That's what angels do. They ceaselessly help others, right? Angels have no ego, thus they have nary a care, but for the welfare of others, right? So then why would any benevolent, altruistic angel, aka female, care about her personal state of mammary volume? Why would she be concerned about her cleavage? Why would they need to be blown up like basketballs to feel good about themselves? Females are angels, yes. They know they are divine, yes. So, how could they feel bad about themselves? They're angels, for crying out loud. How does it get any better than that? And furthermore, being benevolent angels means altruistic concern for the welfare of others, not self-preoccupation with personal ego, because females have no ego. They're angels, remember? Large mammaries do not clothe the naked, or end abuse, or preserve rainforests. I have seen it firsthand many times. A soft-spoken, mousy female gets a boob job, and suddenly she's cocky with a new swing in her hips and a freshened entitlement attitude. I say freshened because all females have an entitlement attitude. The more physically appealing they become, the more flagrant they can be with their inherent belief of female superiority and entitlement. Whereas the plain housewife must keep her misandry under wraps, as she is busy usurping protection and provision from a single donor source. But hey, you know females, and though there may be a couple bad eggs, they are still a benevolent species. Isn't that right? And the females that are bad eggs, they have been made that way by being victims of the demon sex of human males. Isn't that also right? Females are inherently good until they are tainted by males. Is that what you believe, sport? In fact, we know this is what society believes because of the differences in treatment between male and female. Take criminality, for example. Females that murder are considered flukes, anomalies, victims who have been tainted by males and need help, not punishment. Males that murder are the status quo, simply acting in accordance with their nature, which is evil, right? Yeah, males know female nature to be that of love and caring, right? Males want so desperately to believe in female altruism and make any excuse for female malice while covering their ears and shutting their eyes and screaming, "I can't hear you, I can't hear you, I can't hear you, la 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 la," as loud as they can to avoid witnessing females displaying their inherent malevolent nature. Males are so desperate to believe females are compassionate and benevolent and pure that they will deny reality even as it insults them to their very faces. Everybody pushes the propaganda that malicious word or deed issued by any female is the result of a poor environment which sullied females' inherent exaltation of purity, rather than address the truth about the female-to-male predation, which has been the one constant throughout history. But what do I know? I'm just a silly wabbit, because you know female nature, and it is good. Well, if you know female nature and it is benevolent, then why do we make excuses for the misbehaved females? In fact, why would there be any misbehaved females at all? If they are benevolent beings of altruism, they could not be corrupted. If they are pure divinity, as we paint them as being naturally, why do we blame feminism or patriarchy or males for the misdeeds of females, rather than see female actions as female nature and not some fluke or anomaly? Yeah, really? Flukes? Anomalies? Is that the best we can come up with to explain away female manipulation, predation, usury, malevolence, and apathy towards males? Okay, except the same fluke and anomaly keeps happening to females by the millions around the world. For example, you think females love males and respect marriage, believing in all it stands for, and that females become wives to serve and make their male happy, right? Yeah, but except that nearly 80% of divorces are initiated by females. How is female initiated divorce and the pursuant child support, alimony, and confiscation of half his stuff an anomaly rather than an indication of female nature and hypergamous instinctual drives? Well, gee, whatever you dress it up as, it's a female-initiated anomaly that happens daily around the world. Oh, yes, I know, every single one of these divinely exalted cherubs tried to make the marriage work, but because he was physically or emotionally abusive in every way possible, she simply had no choice but to flee and then demand his future earnings from behind legal representation. The fact that these anomalies, these flukes, keep happening over and over, that's one heck of a mystery, huh? Wait, I think I have Sherlock on speed dial. Or wait, no, I have Nancy Drew's number here somewhere. Maybe they can uncover the subterfuge here and find the evil mad genius that is forcing females to act selfishly and maliciously, which is against their nature, as we all know. This includes all females all over the world, not simply angry, man-hating, Marxist, leftist, communist feminists, but all females, especially the sweet little traditionalist, church-attending, Republican-voting, fragility-feigning females who usurp protection and provision for a time, then initiate divorce, take his kids, half his material goods, and then extort from behind a legal representative that she be entitled to his future earnings, to which a gynocentric government absolutely concurs and rubber stamps this man's enslavement. That way, she is leeching off the X rather than hemorrhaging provision from the state and claiming money that might otherwise line the pockets of the handful of gynocentric alpha males that run the state. Oh, you bet the state loves to assign financial stewardship and custody to the ex-husbands, because that is less money out of the state's pocket. Because, you see, females need to leech protection and provision from somebody, and it's either an individual male or the state, which is male-funded. Either way, these flukes and anomalies need provision. Call it whatever makes you warm and fuzzy and helps you sleep at night, but parasitism for utility is parasitism for utility. Using and discarding males is female nature. And to be fair, many females may not even be aware of this motivation, or even be cognizant enough to weigh ramifications on a conscious level. Yet still, it is survival imperative written into a female's very biology. Males have the same survival programming, yet males, unlike females, override their self-interest and survival imperatives and sacrifice their well-being, their very lives, for the benefit of females. And males demonstrating their inherent altruism via the protection of females is blatantly visible back throughout time. Males, no matter how ignorant or prejudiced or abusive or evil or disgusting, they still ultimately demonstrate selflessness and shades of altruism when they die for the good of females. Females may sacrifice for offspring. Males sacrifice for females, for offspring, for community, for nation, for everyone. You think you know female nature as good and male nature as bad. Why don't you look at male sacrifice throughout history and then speak of altruism? You think you know female nature to be fair and caring. Then why did females reject the nuclear family and lay waste to centuries of traditionalism in 5 short decades of the feminist phase of traditionalism? If females are so loving and romantic, then why are they hypergamous rather than monogamous? Why, when a better meal ticket comes along, whether it be a wealthier man or technology coupled with a fat government wallet, do females suddenly drop all the pretense of romance and soulmates and totally forget vows of forever and gazing into bespectacled eyes over candlelight? If you know females to be honorable and fair, then why do they allow themselves to be infantilized? Why don't the strong, independent, equal, yet selflessly loving females try to infantilize males and then protect and provide for them as a mama bear protecting her cubs? We're all equal, right? So why do females flip-flop to suit situational self-interest? One day they are equally strong and independent. The next, they are fragile flower petals that need dinner paid for and doors opened. If you know females and you know them to be honorable and compassionate, then why this chameleon dance? One moment they allow, even embellish themselves as fragile little eggshells to prompt provision and protection from males, and in the next moment they are tough, equal, and independent. This seems to suggest manipulation relative to the situation, which suggests self-interest. How can they best extract advantage and special consideration from any given situation? Which tactic will most effectively achieve their desired ends? Perhaps a tender flower petal, or would a strong "I am woman, hear me roar" equality approach work better? Feminists will tend towards the "I am equal when I stand on male shoulders" approach to effect provision, while traditionalist females choose the infantilized, tender rose petal approach to extract provision. Same end, different tactics. Yet, if females are so caring about male well-being, then why the self-interested chameleon flip-flopping? And actually, if, in fact, females are the exalted creatures everybody paints them as, then males are the fragile ones, since females are divine beings, more beautiful, more capable, more loving, and more powerful than males, right? So there really is no debate. Females are superior goddesses. So that means that males are the fragile little eggshells in the presence of such capable goddesses. Which boils down to males should be protected and provided for by these more powerful, infinitely loving beings who have been fashioned solely from the cloth of compassion and descended to us from on high, right? Why aren't females taking care of males? Why aren't females protecting the male pond scum they came to offer salvation to? If you pathetic whipped males, many of whom will ultimately give your lives for a female, whether literally by protecting them or in a more pronounced way as stress accumulates after years and decades of supporting females, then succumbing to the heartache they wreak, if you beggar males know female nature to be good, then why do they not protect and provide for males? Let's just bottom line it here. Why do males do all the dying? All the dying. Whether in a society of equality or under a traditionalist patriarchal rule, males do all the dying, no matter what template or paradigm a society adheres to. Gee, why is this? If female nature is altruistic, then why do they not die protecting or providing for males? You need a quick trip down memory lane. Well, okay, females have enjoyed protection for centuries. Then, as civilizations progress and governments get fat off the fruit of male labor, then suddenly there is a bigger, better alpha in town, the government. And so female hypergamy kicks in and the female collective begins courting the government for provision, and thus feminism takes hold and equal rights joins chivalry as female entitlements. When female survival depended on females playing subservient to males, they did. Yet when wealth and technology freed females of this game of house, they abandoned this hypergamous oppressive institution in record numbers. Wait, I meant they are flukes and anomalies. Now females are equal to males, yet males are still disposable. Well, gee kids, that's not very equal, is it? So, wow, both sexes are now equal, except that we aren't, because males still do the dying for the equal female populace. Hence, we do not have equality. We never did. Female life has always been worth more than male life throughout history, and so females have always been superior in value to males, despite the boogeyman of patriarchy that everybody likes to invoke to paint males as malevolent demons that females have to deal with. Females enjoy value superiority. They always have. And when the proper conditions align, i.e., the Industrial Revolution, then feminism sprouts and catapults past equal rights to blatant female supremacy through the retention of chivalry and the assertion of equality, which is code for entitlements not afforded to males. Yet if you know females, and they are good, then why do they not rally against repealing entitlements that benefit themselves and their sex? If females are interested in fairness, equity, and male welfare, why are they not voting against or boycotting affirmative action, spousal support, welfare, female exemption from selective service, etc.? You see, it's not female nature I fail to understand or that I even take issue with. No, females are what they are, simply creatures who use what they have to get what they want. It's the males who foist fairy tales and omnipotent exaltation upon these females. This is what causes all male devaluation and disposability tragedies. Is it really so hard to see females for what they are? Self-interested opportunists? Humans have always made alliance with larger species in order to affect the survival of Homo sapiens. Elephants, camels, horses, the smaller diminutive human has wrangled and tamed these larger beasts in order to extract utility from them. Utility which solely benefits the smaller human who could not travel that fast or pull a plow through a field with the same efficacy. These larger animals were just fine and dandy before these physically puny humans came along and decided to domesticate them. Do you think we put saddles on camels or elephants or put bits in horses' mouths because we care about the welfare of Mr. Ed or the enrichment of Dumbo? No, we use them for selfish means to advance human interests, for transportation or labor. Humans needed the labor of these larger animals. These larger animals did not need, nor did they invite, our trespasses or manipulations onto them. Likewise, can you mangina, white knight, brainwashed fools not realize that the smaller human female has been saddling and breaking the physically larger, more capable human males since time began for their own self-interest, not because they care at all about human males or their tender feelings? No, they make alliance with a larger creature to help facilitate protection in such a hostile world, as well as to usurp provision from such a challenging environment. Much like farmers usurp toil from oxen, they don't give a crap about the hopes or fears or favorite foods of an individual ox or horse. You produce or you're put down and another takes your place. Seriously, guys, what is so hard to understand about female nature? It's survival. Is she human? Then she is driven to survive in order to replicate. And this means males are merely tools of survival for her use and discardation, not soulmates for them to worship with physical affection. Consider this. Just as we feel we have the right and entitlement to trespass a wild creature and break its spirit to provide us utility, females feel the same entitlement to break males and use them for utility. No, I take issue with continuing to package and sell females as benevolent, altruistic angels and continuing to sell male servitude to gynocentrism as romance. This is where I call foul, not with reality, but with the glossing over of reality with glitter to hide male usury and death as love and soulmates and divinity or holy communion. Then we further impugn male subjugation by putting window dressing and shiny bows around natural antagonism, such as opposites attract. Really? How often do you find matter and antimatter going on dates? How often do you see fire and water getting an apartment together? How often do Hatfields and McCoys turn an occasional orgasm into a mortgage and joint checking account? We recognize males and females as polar opposites, yet we make up fairy tales for our forcing an antagonistic cohabitation and monogamy restraint upon such opposites that really were never meant to associate indefinitely. Oh, I know, I'm such a misogynist because I point out reality and destroy the fantasies of the emasculated, broken, and bridled males. They know that I am all wrong. They know females to be good because one time their mother did this thing, or the wife or girlfriend does such and such, which proves their altruism. Males will throw out the exceptions, rebuttals all day long, and I have no doubt they see things this way. There is a saying which illustrates relativism. There are three sides to the truth: mine, yours, and what really happened. Translated to our material here, males will take a smile from a female, or a gift, or her part-time job, and memories of mother's cookies, and turn these into a sterling centerpiece of female benevolence, though these males remain wholly ignorant of the motivations for any particular act on the part of any female. Males will take the smile of the Cheshire Cat and twist it into a sign from the divine feline that cats are pure and benevolent, not knowing why the Cheshire Cat smiles at you in the first place. Perhaps it's because you are on fire. Males think they know females as good, since their mom did this, or their sister or girlfriend did that. Yet, if you also know females to be incapable of malice, if you just know that females are benevolent and that female nature is altruistic, then why do males do all the dying for females? If you know in your bones that female nature is good, and indeed females are caring of male welfare, then why do females not gather in mass to denounce, rally, or protest male devaluation in all its various guises? Why do females remain silent about male circumcision or male homelessness, especially of veterans who once upon a time were greeted with fake salutations as liberty's heroes? Why do females not rebuke and deny divorce entitlements across the board? If females want nothing but male happiness, because we have this divine bond of opposites attracting and complementing each other's weaknesses to make a divine whole, then why do females not do everything in their power to eschew chivalry? Or, in the interest of fairness, since we're all adults here, why do females not reciprocate chivalrous protocols to males half the time? Because they want to, of their own accord, without being prompted by males calling them out on equality and chivalry entitlements. When it comes to females, why doesn't the product match the advertising, fellas? Any thoughts? Why are females not carrying your groceries, giving you free things because you flirt, holding your umbrella, or offering to walk you to your car at night? The point is not who is more physically capable to do these things, but why females do not even try to do these things for every anonymous male they see. I mean, if female nature is good, just like you know it is, then why do they fail reciprocation of these pleasantries to males automatically without having to think about it? Oh, we love males. What can we do for them today to demonstrate this? Why do females not protect males from hazard? Why do females not demand to be included in selective service the way they have demanded their way into certain facets of the military? Why do females not demand to be allowed into combat so they can die just like males get to? Why do females not rally their political clout and repeal affirmative action for their sex? Why do females seek out teller jobs over shoveling landscape rock? We're all equal, remember? Don't females want to do their part right alongside males? We are polar opposites meant to labor side by side, right? Seriously, guys, make all the excuses for female actions you want, but actions spring from underlying motivations, and motivations spring from priorities, and priorities are resultant from nature. Females do not lift a finger against male devaluation, suffering, or disposability because their motivations are gynocentric. And their motivations are gynocentric because personal and collective female privilege is their priority. And this is so because they are hypergamous, gynocentric, and self-interested by nature, period. They are not wholesome, caring goddesses or selflessly benevolent angels, as advertised, more importantly, as males wish they were. You can exist in Mr. Rogers' land of make-believe all you want, and pretend that every new girlfriend you get, each new wife you find, that they are all different. You got lucky. You found a good one. My girl is cool. My girl is not like that. But when push comes to shove and backs are against the wall, you will see how different your little special Pop-Tart is, and how much you and your welfare matter when you fall on hard times or the ship hits an iceberg. The awakening male finally realizes what everybody else sweeps under the rug, never to be addressed in polite society. That female nature consists of self-interest, not selflessness. It entails malevolence, not benevolence. And yet, despite this, males will outright refuse to relinquish their fairy tale of love and the divine feminine angel. I try to awaken males, but I can only lead a horse to water. So let me leave you with an intellectual chew toy. Riddle me this. If you know females, you know their nature, you know their intentions, all of which are righteous and good, then why do random males jump in harm's way for anonymous females, while females that come across anonymous males in peril simply run away? Do you think the females racing towards the lifeboats on the sinking ship are thinking about which male they can give up their seat to? Please. Or is it more likely that they are feeling somewhat reassured by the seat they are entitled to on the life raft because they have a vagina? Why do females not risk life and limb to intervene on behalf of any and all anonymous males? Oh, but you know females to be pure and exalted. Females are benevolent and altruistic, loving and caring angels with naught but good intention for male welfare. Then, if all that is true, why on God's green earth, full of XX chromosomed angels, do males die on behalf of females, while females do not die on behalf of males? Spare me the procreation and species continuation arguments, strictly from a moral, spiritual standpoint of equal beings whose lives share equal worth and have equal caring of one another. Why do males die on behalf of females, while females do not die on behalf of males? Yeah, think deep, my brainwashed brothers. When you truly comprehend the answer, you will see female nature. My friends, my brothers, you are beautiful and valuable beyond words. Stand with me, live free.